Hi, everyone. If you have seen our weekly BTS posts, you know we love to talk about all things pop culture. So we decided to take all of those conversations over on Slack and bring them here to you. So I am Lex. I am a social media editor here. I'm an ex-theater kid and chronically online for a living.
Hi, I'm Kaia. I'm the Everygirl's video content editor. I edit videos and chat with Lex about Dancing with the Stars.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm an assistant editor at the Everygirl, and I can't think of like a quippy little title like y'all did on the spot. Like
You've
also chronically online. I don't know.
You've interviewed Chad Michael Murray is a pretty good
Elected.
credential. Today, for our first one, we are breaking down everything Wicked and Dancing with the Stars, our reactions to the movie, the moments that had us texting in all caps, and our predictions for tomorrow's Dancing with the Stars finale. So let's get into it. Overall vibe check on Wicked for Good. Did you love it? Do you have mixed feelings? Are you obsessed? One word first reaction.
One word.
Mhm.
I loved. That's 2 words, but I loved. You can quote that because loved. But I did see online it was more mixed than I expected. But maybe I'm not an ex-theater kid. So I'm bringing the normie perspective because I loved.
Yeah, my one word is unwell. I just sobbed the entire time, like I sobbed in the first one, but I definitely liked the first one better, but I expected that because I am familiar with the stage play, and I think the second act is heavier and shorter, and so they had to fill time. Um, but yeah, I agree. I saw mixed reactions online. I certainly liked the first one more, but I thought it was good.
That's interesting to get like your perspective on it. So like I'm not a theater kid either. I've actually never seen like the play or anything to do with Wicked before seeing the movies. So I was like trying to stay in like sort of a mystery to like find out what happens in the movies. And I would say that my one word is color. Because I just like being in like the video world, their like color grading was like gorgeous and like all the colors and like the bright pink flowers and everything and the greens were like so beautiful in both movies. But I would agree with you, Lex, like saying that you liked the first one better. I think I liked the first one better too. I felt like very overstimulated a lot of the times in the second movie. It was like because it would get super loud and there'd be like a lot going on and then it'd get quiet again and then it'd get super loud. I was like, oh my gosh, it was really good. But I was just like, if I was like a 10-year-old kid, I would run out of the movie theater because I was like scared. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot. I think that the pacing also was a little more like up and down, whereas the first one it like really builds.
Yeah, the first half of like the second one, I kind of was like, okay, Alpha, but you're doing lots of little moments, but like I feel like we need more plot because it was really just her flying around and like speaking to animals, and she's gonna fly somewhere else. And I'm like, hey, where's Fiero? It's been a while since we've checked in on him. Get them together. Definitely the pacing was a little bit, but
Yeah.
I still enjoyed.
What moment or song hit you the hardest? I have mine.
You go.
Okay, if you insist. No Good Deed, I feel like, was this movie's defying gravity moment. I think it's the climax of the movie. Cynthia's voice just keeps expanding and filling space, or holding space, some may say. um, and yeah, just full body chills. I was waiting for a moment like that to happen. I knew it was probably going to be that number. I feel like I needed an intermission after that because it felt like such a strong just stop. So yeah, that was mine.
Mine was definitely No Good Deed too.
Mhm.
Full body chills. Like I wish I saw it in 4D because well, I saw someone on TikTok say they saw it in 4D and I've never seen a movie in 4D and there was a water on or off button on the seat, which I found intriguing. But just to experience that in 4D would have been unmatched because it was truly I felt like I was there. I was there with Elphaba in her perch. And maybe No Good Deed is unpunished. Like maybe that's
You know what? Maybe it is.
I literally came out and I was like, we should not have seen that before Thanksgiving because at the dinner table, I'm going to be like, No good deed, y'all. We started the thought. My elbow art. That was definitely mine, which I don't really know how it could be anything else, but my mom was actively sobbing next to me during, is it For Good? Is that what it's like?
Mm-hmm.
Biblical title. She's actively sobbing. She was like, I was tearing up. I'm like, girl, you were sobbing. There was tears. You were actually hectic in the theater. So maybe that was my secondary one.
That was my first one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's like pretty basic, but I was like, this is so sweet. It's like just about like their friendship and like how they've had an impact on each other's lives. And I'm like, I like sort of thought about like my sister in that moment, and I was like, oh, I actually did not cry during this one. And like, I am an easy crier. I did cry during the first one, but the second one, it never happened for me. I was like, okay.
Ugh, must be nice to be a normal, mentally stable person. Best performances or standout actors? Who surprised you? Any performance that exceeded expectations?
I have one that comes to mind immediately, and it is Bach delivering when he's like, the witch! As the Tin Man. I was like, that was another moment where I was like, Ariana, I'm kind of getting it. Bach is the Tin Man. Her and Ethan Slater, that delivery, standout moment of the whole film for me.
No, go.
Yeah, I agree. And that like that was like one of the moments that like scared me, and I was like, I need to leave.
No, as a kid, I'd be like, I thought the Tin Man was more jolly than that.
Apparently he is a little heartless. No, I agree. I think he completely stole the show. Like, I know that we know he's Broadway trained, but I think we forget because he wasn't as front and center last movie. But like, I was shook, and the vocals, I was like, go off, SpongeBob. Like, he was so good. But yeah, and just like that perfect mix of being like tragically scary, where like I felt so bad for him, but I was also like, can we calm down a little bit? You're scaring me.
Unrelated, but I remember people like were trying to theorize who was going to be Dorothy in this
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
And I sort of liked that they kept it like a mystery.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like they just would show her like walking or like her feet like flailing when she was getting like taken away.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was also like a funny bit. Like, I liked that they kept it so unserious, and it was so like anytime she was on, it was like, girl, whatever. Like, can we just move on?
I loved like the subtle humor in it too. Like it wasn't like too much humor because that's not like really what the movie was about or the story was about. But I loved that they like had those like little like kind of pieces of dry humor in there that was like
Mm-hmm.
it was just like so like perfectly put in there. And I loved the fight scene between
That was
Alphaba
so
and
good.
Glinda when they were like slapping each other.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
Like I was giggling.
Yeah. When she said, bring it on, Greenie, or whatever she says.
Like I feel like there's like moments where like Ariana came out. Like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
she was like not in her like Glinda character. It was like, okay, that's Ariana right there.
Yeah.
I loved, this is like such a niche crossover, but every time one of them called Dorothy little girl, all I could think about was Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Mary Crosby calling Whitney little girl. And I'm like, someone should edit that. Someone should edit that parallel. Get the TikTok editors on that.
I couldn't do the give me a clock tick though. Like every time that it happened, I was like,
First movie? Because I don't remember the clock ticking so much in the first movie, and every time I was like,
Clock
tick.
yeah. The first time I was like, oh, cute. And then by the third time, I was like, why are we trying to make this happen?
No, the clock tick was forced for sure. And I
Yeah.
feel like, I mean, at least I don't remember that from the first part. So if they thought that clock tick really stuck with everyone from part one, it certainly did not. And it is sticking with me part two, derogatory.
Yeah, exactly. Did this movie match the hype more or less?
I feel like it's almost impossible to match the hype because the hype was like so insane. But I think it lived up to it. But I can see why some people online, especially if they're expecting like the kind of fun campiness of the first one, it's definitely more serious. So I guess if you're going in expecting that all over again, I could see how it wouldn't live up to your hype. But I thought it did, personally, for me.
I feel like I didn't have really any expectations. I really enjoyed the first one, and this one was good as well. I'm sorry. I'm not like a huge like Wicked girly. I loved the story and I loved the characters and everything, but I'm not like infatuated with it, if that makes sense. I still loved it.
No, that's good to hear a normal person's perspective.
You're like,
I
no,
feel
same.
Yeah, I think it's rare that a sequel will live up to the first. I think this does a really good job, but again, I certainly liked the first one more. Again, I've seen the stage play and I expected that. The first act is like stronger. It has all of the commercial hits. The second, again, like I was saying, it's heavier, it's sadder, it's shorter. They need to fill more time. I think they did a good job filling more time and like building out parts of the story and context that you don't get in the play. Um, and like my kind of hot take, and we can get to hot takes after this, is that I don't even know if this will make sense. I like the first movie more than the second, but I like the second movie's retelling of the second act of the play more than the stage play. There's just so much nuance that you can't capture on stage, and like all of those close-ups of Fiero and Alphaba and Glinda, like all of those like conflicting emotions every time that Fiero has to like betray them and then protect them and then like basically say I'm so sorry but I can't with like his face is crazy, and you like don't get any of that on stage because you just can't see it. So that's why I like the second a lot.
I don't know if this is a hot take, but I love Elphaba and Fiero, do not get me wrong. But when they are in her little treehouse and she's like, you don't have to lie to me and say I'm beautiful. And he's like, I'm just looking at things differently. Hey, that's not the response you should have when someone says, you don't need to lie and call me beautiful. And then the callback to it when he is a full scarecrow, she's like, and it's supposed to be the same thing. It's like, hey, you are actually completely made of straw now, and I simply have green skin. It doesn't feel equal to me. She's truly looking at things differently because you were once human. Now you are a scarecrow. So my hot take is that part didn't serve. But overall, it did. Like, overall, love them together. Loved seeing it finally come to fruition. But have y'all seen all the stuff about the sex cardigan?
Yes.
Her ratty cardigan she slips on to get into the mood. Like, really, girl?
Yeah.
The cardigan could not be more ratty. It's like
threads of her robe must have been getting caught on her like branches and her
she's like, oh, give me a second.
So I think that's all for Wicked. Let's fly through Dancing with the Stars. So high level season recap. Who surprised you most this season?
I feel like Elaine. Anytime there's someone older on the show, I feel like you kind of immediately write them off a little bit. And I feel like she has been genuinely so talented and every performance has been so good. I would say she surprised me the most.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And she's like, every time she finishes a dance, she's like so grateful to be there and like so proud of herself for like doing this and challenging herself and pushing through injuries and like everything. She's done really well, especially her Paso Doble last week when they were like, this is the semifinals, you need to like step it up. And she was like, okay, I'll do that.
And that's what she did. I think besides that, obviously, and Kaia, you can put a Dylan Efron mention counter on the corner of this video because it's going to be a lot. I've been a Dylan stan since week 1. Everyone thought he was like not going to make it past week 3. And they said we couldn't do it. And here we are. So I just think that he's improved so much. And I can't even believe it as like someone who stands him. I'm like, oh, I didn't think we were doing that. But here we are.
He's very lucky to have Daniela as his partner because
Yes.
she
Yeah.
is
Amazing.
Yeah.
She's my favorite pro.
Like any celebrity that gets her, no matter what their like skill level is, like you're gonna go far. Like she'll come up with things that will like feed into your strengths and like help you like do well. Otherwise, or she'll just steal the show and then people are like, yeah, it was a great dance.
Yeah, they're not even looking at her partner. It's just
No.
Yeah.
There's so many times where I forget to watch him because I'm like, oh my god, she's doing crazy things over there. Which dance or theme night has been your favorite so far?
I always love Halloween.
Yes.
Like,
oh yeah.
everybody gets like so into their characters from like the beginning of the show, from like to the intros, like to the way end. Like if they're a zombie, they're like a zombie the entire time. Like they're not like smiling or anything. They're like acting like that character. I love when like the pros and the celebrities like get so into it and commit to it. It's like it makes such a big difference because like you know that they like care about like this and their performance. And I always just think the pros have like so much creative freedom on Halloween, and that just like brings out so much like creativity within like the dances and the choreography.
My favorite dance is going to be Miss Whitney Levitt as Roxy Hart.
Yes.
Like,
One was good.
That was
so good. And if she's not on Broadway after this, I'm seriously starting a protest petition out
I
soon.
think she will be.
I think she will be too. It's the natural order of things.
Yeah. I mean, so this is a hot take. I don't understand the hate. I don't.
Me neither.
I don't watch Secret Life of Mormon Wives, but I've like looked up like the backstory of like why everyone hates her. And like, it's because like, tell me if I'm wrong, but like, it's because she came on and she was like, I came back on Secret Life because I wanted to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Basically.
Like, what's wrong with that?
No, and it's so ridiculous to pretend that there are people on a reality show with strictly pure intentions of being in Mom Talk. It's like, this is actually a reality show and all of y'all are here to be on TV. So why is it so crazy to be like, oh, I also want to be on another TV show?
I'm gonna get hate. I think she was like robbed of making finale. Like she easily was like the best celebrity dancer. And I know she had like a dancing background and that may have not been fair either, but I feel like they bring celebrities on the show that like are beginners and also celebrities that like have dance experience. Like they had Charlie D'Amelio, they had Zendaya. Like they have other celebrities that have had dancing experience and they have not gotten as much hate as Whitney has for like her story.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really enjoyed watching her performances. She was very good.
Me too.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think, again, I also don't watch Secret Lives, but I also think the whole like argument about like, oh, it's not fair if they have dance experience, like it's always been that way. It's called Dancing with the Stars. It's not called Dancing with the Stars who can't dance. Like it's just the only criteria is that you are a celebrity. And I also think it's crazy to expect celebrities, people who work in entertainment, to come on this show and not be trying to use it to leverage like opening another door for themselves. Like again, it happened to Charlie D'Amelio. She ended up on Broadway. Now she's like super respected as a dancer in the industry. And so I'm like, why not? Like I enjoy watching good dancers also. I also enjoy watching bad dancers improve. Like at the end of the day, I also think it's not that serious. Like if you make it to the final or if you make it far in this show, at that point you've already won. Like you have this whole catalog of amazing work for everyone to watch forever. Like I just don't think it's that serious. So
I never understand people getting so mad that people have dance experience. Those people I feel like often don't win because people do like to watch the arc of you get better. And if you start so good, there's only so much that like the untrained eye can see of improvement that like maybe the judges are seeing something, but like on TV it just looks like they've always been good. So they're usually not gonna win. And it's like, okay, no shade to Andy, but would y'all want a season of all Andys? Like, let's do it and see how y'all feel then. Because like you need every level, you need every arc and every kind of like trope in there. You want like the cute old man that you root for like a couple weeks too long. You want the person who's really good. You want the like, you need everyone.
I watch with my fiance and he was an Andy stan. Like he was like, my boy, let's go.
Yeah.
I was like, please.
That was my husband as well. And it just became a bit every week where I'd be like, oh my God, if Dylan goes home tonight. And then he'd be like, I'm voting for Andy right now. Like just pulling it up.
I feel like with Andy, it was never anyone that was like my number one that was getting sent home because of him. So like I never cared that much, but I also was like, okay, it's like week 6, y'all. Andy's gotta go. He actually did get better though. I will say, I feel like it's kind of every year there's someone who sticks around a while because people just are kind of obsessed with them. And like, at least this year was Andy and not literally Harry Jowsey. It's like the bar is on the floor. Right. He literally would not move. He would stand and step touch and as Riley would look amazing and dance around him. So at least like Andy was dancing and was getting better, but
it was heartwarming. Like I loved Andy and Emma's relationship with each other. So there's like that part of it too that I think it's just like it just gives you a fuzzy feeling. And I think that we need that in today's world. We need a little bit of warmth and stuff. And I think that's what Andy represented in this season.
That's like why I love the show, because it feels like this like little corner of the world that's still just like wholesome. Like if you weren't chronically online, like most of us are, and you don't know any of the context of like the drama that's happening behind the scenes. Like it's just a fun little dance show, and they're all so supportive of each other and like seem to genuinely like each other. And it's just like I love Tuesday nights because I'm like I can turn my brain off for a little bit.
I also love how everyone who works, like all the judges, the hosts are all part of like the Dancing with the Stars family. Like they have a relationship with the show beyond their current role. And
Mhm.
every time Julianne asks a strange question or inevitably messes up her interview questions, it charms me every time. I'm just
Yeah.
like, aw, Julianne and her little bob. Like I just love it. So you know, there are moments or when like the judges, you truly have no clue what they just said. They're like, said the most indistinguishable like word salad, and I'm just like, oh, but that's sweet. Like they've all been here so long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my hot take is that I think the Julianne hate is crazy because I love watching. I think she's like camp. And
I
like
agree
yeah,
100%. Like it's so funny to me.
yeah, like I mean the questions are bizarre sometimes, but like I think that's like her shtick now. And then
I
I
think
also
so too.
think Alfonso is so great at like thinking on his feet and like when things are awkward, he like makes such a funny like the other night when Derek was like, I love when you're like ba-ja, ta-ja, and like he was like making all these noises, and then after Alfonso was like, I love when people know the name of dances. And the
Yeah.
lore is crazy. Like how many of them have dated and broke
It's
up. It's crazy.
crazy.
The pros are definitely celebrities as well. It's like
Oh, for sure.
No, I would fangirl if like I got to meet any of them. Or like again, I told like Lauren on one of our Dancing with the Stars posts, Alan the pro liked our post, and I
What?
sent it to
Wait, I
Kaia.
didn't know that.
Yeah, I sent it to Kaia, and I was like, I feel like you're the only one who will appreciate this.
Okay,
we're so
Alan's an
excited.
Everygirl. Hey, King.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love him. Any dances the judges overhyped or underscored?
Okay, this might be like the hot take of the century. And I did really love the dance, and I feel like it was a turning point for Elaine. But
Mhm.
her Wicked Night dance, I only think it was overscored because of the last 30 seconds she was suspended in the air. Like, I was
Mm,
like, the dancing ended like a little bit early, but it was so good. It was such like an emotional moment.
yeah.
But I was kind of like, well, I don't know if you were dancing like the last 30 seconds. You were sort of just like actually 6 stories in the air in the ballroom, but
No, I totally agree with you on that. Like there was like they cut out so much of the dance to like
yeah,
suspend her in the air. And I get it was like part of the
it
story
was
and
the
like the
moment.
drama and stuff.
I love a
And I
bit.
appreciate that, but it's like there was very little dancing to even
Mm.
judge off.
Yeah. I was gonna say though, oh yeah, Wicked Night was like one of my favorite nights. I just feel like it was such good vibes and everyone was taking everything to the next level that night. I was so emotional. To add a
And
bookend.
you as like a wicked girly too, I'm sure
Yeah.
you were.
I was like, this is made for me. I think entertainment value, honestly, Derek and Carrie Ann, like they just keep having a diva off on the judges panel. And I kind of live for it.
I don't know if it's like real or not, but I'm like every time like something like a tiff happens between them, I'm like,
I
ooh,
think
I'm
it's a little real. Like,
I think so too. I think they all kind of, well, not Bruno. I think Carrie Ann and Derek both kind of want to fill the Len role to be the one who's like a stickler about the technical things, but neither are willing to commit fully. So they both
mhm.
just do it sometimes and not other times, and then disagree with each other whenever the other one's doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, the like, because Carrie Ann sometimes, like, her comments will be like, oh no, that's totally fair. But then other times I'm like maybe read the room a little. Because, like, she killed me after Robert's emotional tribute to his dad, where, like, everyone's crying and she was the first to talk. And she goes, I know we all saw that foot come off the ground. And I said, can you give me a minute? Like, I don't. Can we, like, compliment sandwich that and be like, that was so beautiful, but also.
There was the she's
I
like,
also am
okay.
like I'm surprised that she said that right away because she's like a very like she gets emotional. I'm
Yeah.
like, how are you not crying right now?
Yeah, it was great. And, like, I know they always say, like, "You guys don't realize, like, we don't have no time to talk." Like, the timer
Yeah.
starts. And so I get that, but I was like, "Ooh, girl."
Okay, I have seen some interesting discourse on TikTok, but still, it was about how Derek keeps calling Carrie Ann crazy, and it's kind of like,
Mm,
I don't know if we need to be like calling a woman crazy when everyone is already so mean to Carrie Ann. She'll give the smallest correction. The ballroom is booing. The
yeah.
entire ballroom is on their feet booing her. And then Derek's like, oh my God, she's crazy. It's like, wait, maybe y'all should have like a judges alliance there
Yeah.
and not just be like I feel like they're trying to win the favor of the crowd.
I also feel like I like when they give the dancers like constructive criticism because like that's what helps them improve each week is when they're hearing that. So it kind of bugs me when the crowd is like boo. It's like
It's
let them
so
finish. Like they're
Yeah.
coaching them. Like they're giving them feedback.
I also feel like people are so critical of the scores the judges give, but anytime they'll be like, the scoring makes no sense. It's like, well, you boo every time they try to explain even the smallest piece of like criticism. Everyone's booing. So it's like, well, yeah. Like sometimes the scores definitely don't make sense, and sometimes I do feel like they're contradictory. But there are times when everyone's like, okay, why did you give this person? I'm like, probably because they're scared, because they'll be like, oh, you stepped out of frame. And everyone's like, boo, boo.
Okay. Finale predictions. Do you think the winner's obvious or not at all? Defend your winner pick. Why do you think they're taking the mirror ball?
I think it's obvious. Like, I think it's between Alix and Robert. I want Alix to win because, like, I'm just never gonna root for a man like that. But I think I know everyone loves Robert, but also if you watch Alix's vlogs, she wants it so bad and works. Obviously, they all do.
Yeah.
I want Alix to win. I think Robert will win, and not to like accuse Robert. I think his was announced like so far before everyone else. That man was in the studio training. I know it. There is no way you bust it out week one, do it like looking like you spent your life in a dance studio. Like he was training behind closed doors. There, I said it. Hey, Robert, come to the front, address the allegations because
You know what?
That's so funny.
training.
His first dance when he like jumped over Whitney and his toes were pointed, I was
He's
like,
full straddle, full split. I'm like, you did not just whip that out when you work in a zoo. Like, I want it to be Alix. I think it will be Robert because he just has like the girls love Robert. Like he has such a fan base behind him, and for good reason. Like he is a golden retriever. That's I keep seeing on TikTok people being like, a golden retriever is still a dog, and I'm like, until it's Robert Irwin, and then it's real silent. Cut that. I'm gonna get crucified.
No, keep that in.
Cut it. The Robert stands. I'm scared.
I completely agree with both those things. I think that's going to be the top two. I think that Robert will win. Again, I think he will get the popular vote. I think he'll get the audience's vote. I want Alix to win. I think that she deserves it. I think that she's the best dancer there.
I thought you were going to say Dylan.
I know. Well, let's address the Dylan thing.
Let's address the Dylan-sized elephant in the room with who you just want to win.
No, I love Dylan. I honestly think that if there is going to be an order of elimination, he's probably going first. What I will say about Dylan, I still think he's the most improved. I think he deserves to be there. I don't think he's going to win. If he did win, I think that would be crazy and everyone would be mad, and I fear for his life if that happens, so I don't wish that upon him. The difference between Dylan and everyone else who's there right now is that I don't think that he is performing yet. And I'm surprised that the judges haven't given that comment, that like he doesn't dance with his face yet. And like granted, he's the only one there who doesn't really have any sort of like performance background. Like even Robert Irwin like knows how to play to a camera. He has like his dad's charisma and like TV personality, whereas like Dylan just doesn't have any of that. So if I'm like praying for a miracle, and I don't even think it would be a miracle, I think like if Daniela like really locked in and like told him like we need to perform on this freestyle, then that could cut through. But besides that, like I told Kaia on Slack, I was like, it doesn't matter. Like we got to the finale, we win. Like I can't believe that he got
girls are up.
Yeah.
You can't go further. So it's
Do we
like
think Zach will return? Do we think that Zach was in the ballroom because they thought for sure he was going home that week, and
I think everyone bullied him into being there. So
he'll show up to the finale? Like no.
I don't think he's going
to
to
check the box and he's like, okay, goodbye.
That man has never watched a single episode in his life.
Yeah. So I agree with you guys. I think it's gonna be between Robert and Alix. And I think Alix is gonna pull through, and I think she's gonna win. So they have 3 dances, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
3, 2. I don't remember.
And I don't know if you guys saw the interviews where like Val was like, oh, we're gonna do like a waltz because like, you know, she's good at that. And she was like, no, I want to do, I think it's a samba, or I don't know what other dance like she was thinking. She wanted to do like the hardest dance. Like she wanted to challenge herself and do it. And I think that she's really gonna she's gonna work really hard to like make it really good. Like all of her dances I think are going to be amazing. And I think seeing that like she is pushing herself so much, and you also can see like her improvement too throughout the season.
Mhm.
And I also just love her and Val's relationship dynamic.
Mhm.
I think it's like very brother sister, and I love that she's like has a good relationship with like Jenna too, and like the whole thing, the whole lore of it. It's like I just love all of like the partnerships and everything. I also love Robert and Whitney's partnership too. That's like very brother and sister too.
Yeah.
And Whitney is like also just a phenomenal dancer. I have loved Robert throughout the season, and I think early on like Lex was rooting for Dylan. I was like rooting for Robert. Um I feel like he came out of the canon like blazing. Like he was so good.
Mhm.
I just don't feel like he is like made a ton of like improvements. Like
Yeah.
he's very
Yeah.
steady and like the same. Whereas I feel like Alix had like ups and downs and she was improving, and like I think she also has a great following too. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be Alix.
I hope so.
I agree
We'll
with all those.
see. I know, and I feel like I would love for Whitney, like the pro Whitney, to get another mirror ball after being so robbed with Milo. And she like, I saw a clip of Alfonso talking on a podcast where he was like, Whitney like wasn't the same since that season, and she's finally like getting her spark back. And I would love that for her.
Too.
But not enough to root against Alix, I guess. Like, so sorry. Like, seriously, maybe 2 winners? I don't know.
I once again I will say, if we don't get so much as one comment from Dylan Efron before this show ends, what was it all for? What is the point of this
What
job
was the
of
point?
my life? Quick fire, best dance of the season.
Alix and Val's Halloween dance when they were coming out of the ground. It's crazy. But yeah, that one was my favorite. I think, I mean, I said this before, but I loved like that they were so into their characters. And I think like those like they were like dead, they're zombies. And I feel like their movements, her movements were so like zombie like, but she was also like doing a beautiful dance. It's like that is so hard to do, to like be in a character and also memorize all the steps of a dance and
Mhm.
everything. But I think that was my favorite one.
Yeah, I would say that one, and once again, Whitney's Cell Block Tango and Alix's Halloween night.
Alix and Val's Purple Rain dance last week. I felt
Oh,
like
yeah.
when I watched that one, I was like, this is going to be one of those dances that's like in compilations of best dances, and I'm going to rewatch it. Okay, most improved, Dylan Efron.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. His hips week 1, it was like, oh, okay.
There are but that week that one of the judges was like, if someone was watching this, they would just be like, why are two pros dancing in this competition? Like that was the week where
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, he
No,
looks
he's
really good.
definitely most improved.
Okay, most likely to shock us.
I think Jordan.
Yeah,
I think
Jordan
Jordan's
is
gonna
someone
shock
who
us.
like, because I think her freestyle is obviously going to be insane because she's so talented. So I think she could shock us. Like, I don't think she'll necessarily win, but I think she'll have like the most shockingly fabulous.
Jordan's second dance last week, the Argentine tango. Like I feel like that was like I had never seen her dance like that in this season before. So I think like I hope this week for the finale she like brings out more dances like that, because that was like I was like, whoa. Like I know that she's like super athletic and talented, but I think that was just like she tapped more into her like dancer and
Yeah.
less of her like gymnast.
Agree with that. I honestly think at this point anyone could shock us because the freestyle is so make or break. Like I think it really just depends who has the best choreography, honestly, and like gives them something to work. Like I think anyone could cut through and do something that's like, whoa, I didn't know that they had that in them. But I agree. I think Jordan will probably take things to new heights because she has that in her toolkit. So
Who do you guys think is going to be in the next season, and who do you think is going to win?
leave a comment below. Thanks for watching the Everygirl's Pop Culture Catch-Up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, come back next week so you can yell at us when our predictions are completely wrong.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.